Welcome to another episode of Getting to Know the Darts. As you can see, I'm joined by striker Liam Nash. Liam,
mate.
how are you?
Not bad. Not
Good,
bad. Very
good. Yeah, of course. Big smile on your face after Saturday.
Yeah.
Scoring.
Yeah.
Back among scoring the goals. Feeling fit.
Feeling fit. Smile on my face again.
Yeah.
Which is the main thing. But yeah, no, enjoying it at the minute.
Yeah, I've voluntarily set you up really.
You have
advice.
completely set me up coming in.
I'm going to get you to dish the dirt on the boys in there.
Right.
We'll start off with the biggest joker of that Dartford dressing room.
Yeah, there's different banters in there. Some banter I'm a bit like, it's a bit too much.
Borderline.
Like there's actually no like borderline, but there is to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But someone that actually does make me laugh and that actually has a good bit of banter, but he don't actually mean to, is Bonds. Like he actually is funny. He actually does make me laugh. That's it. It's good banter. I think because he's
really
quite dopey. I actually think he's dopey.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. He's called the captain straight out on the first one. Brilliant. That is excellent. Okay, hard as nails. Who's the hardest in the dressing room? Who would you not like to get in a boxing ring with?
I've watched a couple of these and I've seen basically everyone has said Elliot.
Yeah.
And I think you'd have to say Elliot because
yeah.
you go in the ring, you see him and you think, right, well, I probably could. Here we go. And then it's like run at you full pelt. Like you wouldn't know what to expect.
It's like a silent assassin.
He is a complete silent assassin. Yeah, no, thank you. No.
Elliot Romain.
No thanks.
Okay, right. Longest in the shower. Who's a pretty boy? I'm gonna go you. But what? You're always one of the last here.
Yeah. I like to look after myself. Yeah. But I wouldn't say I'm longest in the shower.
No, okay.
You have to actually get in the shower first because they get hot and then they get cold. So you have to get in there first to get the hot shower. So once you're in there, you're out basically. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a I can't really say who's the longest in there because I'm in and out.
A lot of people say Luke.
Luke loves to chat though in the shower. So he's we'll stop there.
If you could look at your teammates now and pick a future manager, who would you go for?
Cool. I probably would go back to the skipper, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's quite a people's person. You can go and speak to him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, you can actually go up to him and speak to him about anything. I feel like you can. So
yeah, I
think that's quite important as a manager to feel like you can go and speak to someone. So yeah, probably say Bonds. I don't know about his tactical side, but we'll go Bonds.
And is that the sort of is that the atmosphere that the dressing room has created since you've come in here? It is kind of an open door, and they will welcome anyone as their own.
Oh no, definitely, 100%. That's what I felt as soon as I come in, and yeah, it is. To be honest with you, it is a great dressing room. Like there's no bad eggs, so I can sit here and say that I haven't come across any bad eggs in this team, which is great.
I don't think you're going to pick out one of your teammates here, but you might pick out yourself. What's the worst initiation that you've ever seen in your time playing football?
Do you know what? Now you've said that, I've actually had one come to my head.
Okay.
Right, but it doesn't. I mean, I would go with mine. Right. Because it turned out very bad. I actually had it in my head of everything, the way it was going to plan out. And it didn't go very well. It was my first ever game involved. Everyone was there, the chairman, his missus, his family, and yeah, it just didn't really go very well. I started and then 3 words in, I just completely forgot the words and just mumbled.
Who was this for?
For Gillingham.
Oh, for Jules?
Yeah, this is for Jules.
What song was this?
Ed Sheeran. When your legs don't work like they used to before. Yeah, that's.
Oh, you got no.
No. We'll stop there because I might get a record deal on this.
Well, yeah, you always might need a career after football.
You never know.
Well, there we go. Okay, what's your? I can't believe that. What's your first memory of football?
My first memory of football. Are we talking like a match or?
Yeah, just like, if you could think about it now, going back, what was the first time that you thought, yeah, you know what, I could potentially make it here?
It was probably, like, 'cause when I was young I had spells at Southend, so it was like I was at school at the time, so it was more like I was with my mates and it was like, oh, you play for Southend, like this, that and the other.
Yeah,
sort of,
you had tickets.
You had that sort of like feeling as if like, oh, I can be a footballer.
Yeah.
Then I got released at like 13. And
what was that like?
It was like I was at an age where it was like hard to take because you know you look up at professional clubs, and then it was sort of an age where I could sort of get over it and concentrate again on my football because I was still at school and stuff and still with my mates, and I'd always after school we'd always go down the park, play Wembley. That was the thing every night that we could. But yeah, that was my main sort of memory, was starting with Southend at that age, because you know I went on tours and stuff, and I'd done it properly with went to Spain, Germany, and like I had a very good experience at a young age. But then obviously it was taken away. But yeah, no, I'd probably say Southend was my main, you know, proper experience of football. That's when I started taking it properly serious.
Because like you say about Southend getting released at 13, a lot of youngsters at that age could go the complete other way, couldn't they? And just totally give up football and use it as a way of, oh, I'm not going to make it now because I've been released by a professional club. Why do you think you didn't end up going that way? Was it down to your mindset that you always kind of believed in yourself?
Yeah, it probably was. I mean, at that age, you don't know where you want to go, really.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what sights you have. But I was quite thankful for the group of mates that I had because they were all football based as well.
Okay.
So for me, it was easy to not get distracted about other things. And you know, growing up through school, I was captain of the football team from year 7 to 11. So it was like I had a building point, as you could call it, a building point to actually concentrate on my career, because I was at school when I got released. So it was like that was sort of the stepping stone to taking it serious. But yeah, I didn't get involved in the wrong crowd, never did, and you know, kept my mind. Football was always the way out for me, I think.
What would you say your best moment in football today is?
It's got to be making my professional debut. You know, as a kid, you've dreamed of it, and for me, like, I'm grateful that it happened, because you know a lot of people, like, it comes when they, you know, from young. Like if I was to stay at Southend and go the whole way through, they don't realise, you know, how hard it is to actually get there when you're not there and playing non-league football. And thankfully, I did that, and I reaped the rewards in making my debut and playing a few games. And yeah, that was like seeing the name on the back of your shirt when you walk in the change room. That's the sort of feeling that a lot of kids want, and thankfully I've got to experience that, so I'm grateful for that to this day.
Let's talk about your career then. You started at Holbridge. Tell me how that come about.
It was just it's my local. That's where I'm based. It was my local team, and I made my men's debut at 16. So I was still very young at the time, in the dressing room with like 25 plus, 20 plus. So yeah, it was a eye opener for me. I think it definitely made me into a man quite early in a football game. You know, because you have to adapt to getting hit by bigger boys, and the tempo of the game at 16. You know, you don't know where. But nowadays it's like 16-year-olds playing in the Premier League. So the game has changed massively for youngsters. And then it just sort of blossomed from there, really. Just gained experience and went on. Yeah,
you went on to Billericay. How did that move come about, Billericay?
They just showed interest. Funny enough, I was playing left midfield for Holbridge and I wasn't really doing that well. I was very petite at the time, quite skinny. Our striker got injured and I played, I think it was like 15 games, the last 15 games up front, and I ended up scoring, I don't know how many goals it was up front, and then three games before the end of the season, 4 or 5 games, so I ended up getting a move to Billericay. Signed there, unfortunately that didn't work out, but it was a stepping stone again, another jump that I couldn't really turn down, so
yeah, like you said about unfortunately not working out, you went to Great Waker in the Navy. Was that a frustrating time, kind of going out alone? And
my first experience at Aveley, so it was Justin Gardner that took me in. We've got big respect for Justin. He's quite a face in the non-league, but he actually took me into Aveley and actually gave me the armband at 18.
Wow.
And for me, that sort of, after the little setback that I had, only a minor setback from Billericay, but that sort of gave me the spur to say, you know what, like, you still got this. And bearing in mind, I was that young, I was the youngest player in the team, so I was like captain of like really old boys. So I had to sort of have that mentality of like doing the team talk on the pitch, like getting them motivated, and to have that task on your shoulders at 18 definitely done me good.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did do you good because you went to Malden and Tiptree and you scored 36 goals in 47 games. What was that like being there?
Yeah, I'd say like to this day probably the best experience I've had in football. In terms of enjoying it, week in, week out. Playing under Kevin Orlock, who for me, it was everything about the way that I wanted to play. It just gave me freedom. Told me, obviously he's had experience in the Prem, so you know I sort of looked up to him. But yeah, no, the team that we had at Malden, I definitely most enjoyed it, and obviously come out very well at the end of the season.
Like you say, it did come well because, like you said earlier, that's when the first professional club come calling. You had, I know you had interest, but Gillingham ended up getting your signature. What was that just like for signing for a professional club?
Yeah, I can remember the day. Just remember it. The manager at the time, Eddie Pennant, ringing me up, and I was in the car with my mum and dad on the way home from Dover in pre-season, and I had it on loudspeaker, and he just basically said, "Yeah, I want to offer you a deal. Can you come in tomorrow and we'll sort it out?" So for that feeling then was just like it was like a relief to think that all this hard work has paid off. But it was more like this is it now. This is like crunch time. This is where you got to build your career. Basically, you've been given an opportunity, and you just got to go and grasp it.
Yeah, I mean, your first start coming against Southend at home. What was that like, going into the dressing room, seeing your name, then walking out and seeing all those fans?
Yeah, no, or obviously going back, I started at Southend, so for me, it was like a kick in the teeth, say, hey, here you are, like, this is where I am now, sort of thing. But it was it was a great experience, like the feeling, walking out and seeing all the fans, and I had my family there and all my friends, and yeah, it was just like a surreal moment, really. Proud moment for me. And one feeling that I do want to get back.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you only played 10 games at Gills. Was it frustrating that you didn't get more opportunities?
Yeah, massively. Like personally, it was very frustrating. Obviously, going into my first pro, I can't call the shots and go in and know I need to be playing this, that, and the other. So I kept my head down and I did work hard. And unfortunately, that's the way football goes. And the manager that took me and got sacked, and that was it. Then for me, it was just a bit of a downhill slope.
Yeah, I mean, you were loaned out eventually to Leatherhead, Concord and Dulwich. Was it a case that you wanted to kind of prove to Gillingham that you could go and do it and come back?
Yeah, no,
or
definitely.
Did you know that it was over there?
It wasn't the sense that I had to prove them. It was actually starting to doubt myself. So I had to actually go and prove myself right before I could actually prove them, because I did question my ability. When you're getting dropped and not in the squad, and you start questioning, what am I doing? Am I not good enough? So it was more a sense of self-belief that I had to go and get back in my ability that I had, and I do have, because I do believe that I was good enough. It was just a self-confidence type of thing. I think maybe that's why I wasn't performing, because I wasn't confident in myself. But yeah, it done me the world of good, because it got me scoring again and playing with a smile on my face.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the contract was cancelled at Gills, but you chose to go abroad. You went to Ireland to join Cork City. What made you move to Ireland?
It was just an interest. They come in, showed great interest, basically saying that they wanted to sign me. And I just thought it was an opportunity away from everything that happened here. All the stuff that went on and behind the scenes and moving and not being wanted. So I just felt like it was a fresh start, basically, just to have over in Ireland. And it was a great experience. Played at some great grounds and in front of many fans. More fans here, by the way, that I played in front of, which is funny. But no, it was a great experience, and it done me the world of good, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you chose to come back. and signed for National League Southside Hemel Hempstead. What drew you to sign for Hemel?
At the time, the manager. I was obviously done loads of spells with him at Concord. Went to Hemel because I knew them and wanted to sort of go to people that I trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once again, it's just the football happens in football. You know, it's tables turn and it is what it is. But you know, I was firing at the start of the season and it felt good, confident.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I say, the tables turn and you can't help what goes on behind closed doors. So
yeah, it was quite interesting that, of course, when the gaffer here, Steve King, come calling, you were top goal scorer at Hemel Hempstead. Was it a bit of a surprise?
That
you were
it was
moving
more
on
than
so
a
early?
surprise. It was more than a surprise for me, especially like when you put trust in people.
Yeah.
You know, you expect to get it back. So it was more than a surprise. But I knew that like, I could go elsewhere and hopefully score again. So and keep that scoring going. So Steve showed interest, and I was more than happy to come in and chat and. Because I knew where he's been and his stature in this league, and especially with getting players out into the pro game again. So yeah, it was one of my main moves to make.
Enjoying life so far here?
Love it. I actually do love it. I've been very welcomed. Everyone here is welcomed me in massively. All the players, the management, and all the staff here, they're all friendly. So yeah, no, it was a very very good decision for me to come and enjoying it again with a smile on my face. So
yeah, and I mean. Like you say, playing with a smile on the face is the most important thing when it comes to football, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. If you don't do that, then you're not going to perform. So, for me, it was to get that back, get that smile back. It has taken a little bit of time. I've taken a little bit of time since I've been here to gel with the team and get myself back to my confidence. I am, but I can feel myself slowly getting back to where I should be, and hopefully you can see more goals to come.
There we go. There we go. It's certainly been an interesting player feature with Liam Nash. Liam, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Cheers.
Yeah, keep watching the player features. They've been excellent supported so far. Keep supporting the channel. We're rising up subscribers as well on our YouTube channel. Your support this season has certainly been fantastic, hasn't it?
Oh, massively.
Like we say, 9 cup finals to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Well in the playoffs, and it's certainly going to be an interesting end to the season.
It sure is.
Thanks for your support as always. Yeah, cheers.